just so bizarre where you would get these things, and then you get other people that would back them up. Like the thing about people being behind you. This was repeatedly, people would say, there was somebody behind me. I wasn't allowed to look. I couldn't tell who it was. They were giving me instructions. And so I went to Whitley Strieber and I said, hey, Whitley, I got this weird thing. People keep reporting to me. I said, have you ever you been on the craft lots of times? He said, yeah. I said, you ever have anybody behind you that's telling you what to do and you can't really look? He said, like all the time. I said, really? He said, yeah, I was going to steal. And then you start looking at the aliens where they don't get any older and they don't have any muscles and tendons. So how do they move their legs? They have these little stick legs and they don't breathe. When Hopkins had, David Jacobs had them, they would do this thing where they'd look right into the person's eyes. And then Jacobs would say, is he breathing? And they'd say, no, he's not breathing. And you start looking at it very carefully, and you start to realize this makes no sense. Some of the stuff where they don't have any clothes on. I say to people, "Hey, did the guy have any clothes on?" No, I don't think he had any clothes on. Never thought about that. I said, "Don't you think that's kind of weird?" Yeah, it is kind of weird. And then I say, "Do you have any sex organs?" And they say, "No, he didn't have any sex organs." Well, if it's a biological being, how can it have sex organs? And then people always say, "Well, on their planet they don't," and stuff like that.
Grant Cameron, who's he talking to here? He's on the New Thinking Aloud with Jeffrey Mishlove channel. Fun interview. I think Grant's like really fun to listen to. Is this really possible? Conscious AI not based on today's technology. Travel at the speed of thought. Everything is consciousness. Covert psionic assets. People being trained from childhood or before. Learning from autistic savants. Is it a dream or is it physical? Like on Vetted, he said, Grant Cameron really talks fast. Which is true. It's like he's giving you the download. Well, mostly, I mean, this is, brand new interview. But, Grant Cameron really is a good way of demonstrating that we've been talking about psionics for a long-ass time. What was he looking at? Thought he was looking at me. I mean, they really do go over a lot. He tells a lot of stories about people doing remote viewing and flying saucers, going places in flying saucers, training both the government and the aliens, training kids, and not necessarily fighting, but there is some struggling on occasion over psionic assets. I mean, Bill Murray at the start of Ghostbusters is like testing people for psychic ability, right? I mean, mostly he's just telling stories about people he knows and the consistency between their stories. He's definitely doing a lot of name dropping. Just how he rolls. About folks getting in touch with the flying saucers, using their mind. And then taking over. But then the twist is that even though they're taking over, so they're flying the craft, there's still someone there in charge that's not them. So they're being allowed to fly the craft. That's the twist. So it's fun. I think because he does talk pretty fast, that this 58 minutes doesn't feel like 58 minutes at all. It's like,